This is the 13th cohort of the Policy Advocacy on Genetics and Genomics, and we are bringing you a debate on the topic. Should ancestry testing companies be allowed to operate in African countries or be regulated due to ethical and cultural concerns? My name is Obiageri Florence Aja, and my colleague Mohammed Botala Yusuf. We are at the Affirmative Team supporting this notion. Now, as way of introduction, what is ancestral testing? Ancestry testing is the use of genetic analysis to confirm an individual's ancestry origins by tracing their genetic heritage to specific ethnic group, geographic region, or population. Now, according to Joel and Basha 2020, ancestry testing helps to pinpoint an individual's DNA to specific genetic markers that are common for people of specific ancestral background. Now, ancestry testing helps to reveal specific information about an individual's ancestry orientation, migration pattern, ethnic affiliation, health peculiarities, and other genetic relationships. Now, as the affirmative team, we are supporting that ancestry testing companies should be allowed to operate in African countries because of the following reasons outlined here. We are going to talk more on these reasons in the next slides. Number one, the discovery of personal and shared identity. Ancestry testing will help Africans to discover their unique ancestral roots, potentially reconnecting them with their cultural heritage. This will help Africans to gain a deeper understanding of their cultural background and tradition, thereby facilitating connection between individuals who share a common ancestry. It will also help in the building of community around shared heritage. Now, individuals in Africa and in diaspora who are looking for closure as to what and how their ancestral root is, when they undergo ancestry testing, it will help them to know their precise ethnic lineage and familiar connection across the continent and globally. Now, this type of information not only improves someone's self-worth, but it will also give you an insight into your heritage, thereby strengthening cultural pride and communal acceptance. It will improve healthcare outcomes. The operation of ancestry testing companies in Africa will help researchers to identify genetic risk factors for diseases that affect African population. This will lead in the development of targeted treatment for such diseases and will further improve healthcare delivery where more effective treatment strategies can be developed. Example is the APO1 genetic variant, which increases the likelihood of kidney failure risk by tenfold. If individuals undergo genetic testing and they are found to have this variant, it will help healthcare providers to intensify hypertension management, thus reducing the progression to chronic kidney disease. It will also facilitate technology and scientific development. Now, the operation of ancestry testing company will stimulate local scientific capacity and technology transfer in genetics, genomics, and bioinformatics in Africa. Now, these companies will build infrastructure and expertise in the continent, which is very important for sustainable biotechnological advancement in Africa. Now, when these companies operate in Africa and database is being developed, it will help Africans to calculate their polygenic risk scores and expand our reference panels, which will improve our scientific research and then give African scientists a voice in the global arena. Ancestry testing companies' operation in Africa will help boost education and create intellectually aware scientists. We all know that the operation of ancestry testing company in Africa will promote genetic literacy, where individuals will be educated about genetics, ancestry, and the complexities of their genetic inheritance. This will help empower individuals to make informed decisions about their health, family planning, and cultural identity. It will also help all Africans to ask informed questions about multi mobility management that is prevalent in diverse African groups. Now, it will also boost economic growth and infrastructural development. The establishment of company anywhere helps to stimulate the economy and improves investment and innovation. Now, when such companies operate in Africa, it will help us to build more infrastructural development, economic linkages will also be built to support operations, hence improving the economic backbone of African countries. It will also enhance our data sovereignty and governance. Why ancestry testing companies operate in Africa, our genetic data will be preserved, which will be used for future and further research and discovery. Now, the preservation of this genetic data will also lead to new breakthroughs in genetic research, potentially improving our understanding of human health and disease specific to Africans. Now, we all know that any country where companies are being established, there is usually memorandum of understanding, there is usually licenses, there is data access agreements, which will mandate data security, confidentiality, and acknowledgement of sources. Now, this strategy will ensure that Africa protect its data sovereignty and governance, hence promoting the integrity of Africa-based genetic researches. Now, our opponents that are not supporting this notion have talked about genetic exploitation, and we disagree with that notion because in 2020 the African CDC established biobanking network that represents a sustainable model for a regional network of country-owned biobanks that incorporate standard methods for collecting, characterization, and archiving of specimens. Now, this guideline ensures that there is transparency, equitable access, ethics, and respect for national laws to support country ownership and sustainability. So it is apparent that Africa genetic data is well protected against exploitation by ancestry companies, since every country licenses and has strict laws guiding the establishment of any company. We also disagree with the violation of community privacy. In 2017, History Africa developed a guideline for informed consent, where three models, the specific, tiered, and broad consent models were disclosed. The AFSHG also operates on community consent models. Now, with these consent models, participants have the freedom to sign up to any of these models when participating in genomic testing. So, this freedom of choice does not in any way violate communal privacy. We also disagree with accuracy concerns. Accuracy improves only when ancestry testing operates within Africa, thereby building Africa reference panel. So blocking operation means there will be permanent inaccuracies. So ancestry testing companies must be operational before job creation, diaspora recognition, and infrastructure development can be seen. So as earlier emphasized, no company, even national owned companies, can operate within a country without guiding principles and some form of memorandum of understanding. And who said that all ancestry testing companies must be owned by foreign nationals? So in closing, ancestry testing companies must be allowed to operate in Africa because it will help in the development of continent-wide robust genetic and genomic database that will boost research integrity of African scholars. Africa must stop being consumers and become active producers of genetic and genomic data. We cannot complain of false ancestry reports and scientific inaccuracies when we do not get involved. African-owned ancestry testing companies is possible when there is technology transfer and capacity building of African employees through job creation. This will also reduce our fear of genetic exploitation. We cannot complain of being marginalized, our research not valued, our voices not heard, our genetic and genomic data not accurate when we do not get involved. Africans must tune down on negative and the impossibles, unite and make our stance known. These are the references we use during the preparation of these slides. If there is any question, please reach out to us. We'll be glad to answer. Thank you.